What is good, YouTube? It's been a minute. I hope y'all been safe and healthy. You know, with all the COVID situation, the resurges, police brutality, rioting. Can't we just return 2020? So for this video, I wish I knew some things when I started off as a new grad RN. Knowing these things, I'm about to give you 5 do's and don'ts as a new grad when you're precepting, orienting. So based on my experience as a new grad, I started my orientation July of 2018. So I've been working for around 2 years now as a float pool RN. Based on my preceptors, other people's preceptors I've spoken with, and just, you know, experience in general, I feel like these are important to know and to get yourself prepared for. So let's get to the 5 do's first. Number 1, ask questions. Every preceptor that I know, including mine, they'll get scared if you don't ask questions. You know, you're just gonna be running around and everything, thinking you're hot shit, but it's gonna scare them because like it's their patients as well, and they wanna make sure you're doing the right thing. You know, you gotta be humble, right? You don't know everything. We don't know everything. Like, you can't be perfect. Nobody's perfect. So ask questions, be eager to learn. Number 2 is communication with an interdisciplinary group. So, you know, you got your doctors, your RTs, your CNAs, you know, social workers, everybody. You know, communication is key. It lets them know what's going on. Also with your peers, it lets them know when you need some help. You know, when you're drowning, you're not alone. And so if you're not a one-man army, no one is. You know, you as a team, you'll be able to build that rapport with your peers and trust. Delegation is also key with CNAs and stuff. So proper delegation, you know, you don't want to seem like you're bossy. You want to make them feel like, you know, they're a team and they're valued, right? You know, you don't want to be like that guy or a girl that goes up to your CNA, hey, you know, can you clean up this patient and stuff? And then they walk in and they're doing their thing, but they see you just chilling there, like not even doing anything, right? You know, pull some weight. You know, if you have time, pull some weight. CNAs are busy too. They're running around doing their job, working hard and stuff, so they deserve some slack. Number 3, being prepared to talk to doctors on the phone regarding your patients. You need to be prepared to get yelled at by douchebag doctors on the phone. I'm sorry, it is what it is and stuff. Like, as a new grad, like, we don't exactly know what we're doing, and we don't know our specific doctors that ask this and that and stuff. So you need to be prepared with what you're going to tell the doctor. Have your charts open, have your facts, have everything before you ask questions to the doctor. Having a nice, quick, and concise S-bar, for example, right? You don't want to be all over the place, this and that, you know, the patient is, you know, no. You woke me up at 3 a.m. What the hell do you want?
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick.
So the doctor's most likely going to ask you a bunch of questions and stuff, especially if it's an on-call doctor. You're going to be like, oh, you know, what's this patient here for? Oh, have they done this? What's their BUN creatinine and stuff? And if you're not on the chart and stuff, you're just going to be wasting time, and time is valuable. Number 4 for me is having healthy stress relieving habits, right? Coping mechanisms, like negative coping mechanisms like drinking, smoking, and all that and stuff. I want to recommend that. Things like, you know, exercising, socializing with loved ones and everything. Just doing something that really makes you feel relaxed and stuff, I feel like would be a lot better. It takes some time to get comfortable, right? Don't expect yourself to be like on top of shit, you know, right away and stuff. It takes time. For me, it took probably like, because my orientation was 12 weeks as a float pool, and I think it took another 3 months or another 12 weeks in order to feel a little bit more comfortable with what I was doing. And you know, this is floating to 6 different units, but primarily like med-surg, medical, ortho, and oncology type patients. Number 5 for me would be prioritization with meds. Right? Everybody knows meds is important, being on time, whatever, you know, especially nursing school. Oh, med error, you know, it's over 1 hour and stuff, you know. Who gives a shit about the damn Colace stool softener for your patient being late, right? If you have a patient that is vomiting or is in a lot of pain, or you have timely antibiotics like Vanco and stuff, that colace could wait. You don't need to give that and stuff, stress yourself out. That could be easily retimed and stuff. It's not a big deal. Get the things that need to be done first. You don't need to stress yourself out with those type of things. All right, so we're done with the do's. Let's go with the 5 don'ts. Number 1, do not rush things. I know it's gonna feel like you're drowning all the time, especially when you're first starting off, but rushing will really screw you over and stuff. And it's done that to me many a times and stuff. And even till now, you know, when you're rushing, you get careless. You know, you make careless mistakes and stuff, forgetting to unclamp the IV secondary. That happens all the time, right? It comes to the best of the nurses. And what you'll see is that when you're careful about things, you double check, you know, take your time, but you're consistent with your speed, you'll make less mistakes. Because if you're rushing and doing this and that, I guarantee you're gonna make a mistake, and it's gonna cause even more time for you. You're gonna go in, you're gonna come to the room, and you're gonna forget something, right? You're gonna come into the room with scheduled medications, and then the patient told you 30 minutes ago, oh, you know, I thought we were gonna get my Dilaudid. You didn't get it, you know? You're gonna have to go back and forth. So it's just a waste of time. 2, don't sleep too late. You know, for me in college, I was able to get like 4 to 6 hours of sleep. I would get away with it, it's totally fine. And so just take a midday nap, whatever. But ever since I started working, I definitely feel like I need 7 to 8 hours and stuff, because I like to do stuff during the day. I like to work out, meal prep, do whatever I need to do, and then start my shift at 3 p.m. If I don't get that 7 hours, let's say I get, you know, 5, then I definitely feel it and stuff during my shift, and I don't feel as sharp. And you know, drinking the night before, if you're a PM shift, is fine, right? You know, as long as you don't overdo it, as long as you get enough sleep, you know, and that you're mentally prepared for your shift. 3, don't jump into conclusions. So what I'm talking about is like vitals, etc., right? We're so quick to think like something is wrong and we jump the gun, right? And it's good to be safe, right? But something minor, right? Like a patient's heart rate going up and stuff, and then their blood pressure's a little bit down. You know, a new grad might think, oh my God, sepsis, let's check the temperature, blah, 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 right? We're so ingrained with sepsis, right? That's the sepsis bundle question that they ask like every new grad during an interview. But come to realize it's just a patient a little dehydrated. They haven't been check their PO intake, check their IV fluids, like, you know, what have they been getting in their system. You'll see that a simple bolus will fix all of that, right? So you got to think critically of the situation, what's going on. Ask your peers, your charge nurses, senior nurses, hey, this is going on. What do you think we could do about it? What do you think the situation is? And they'll give you their thought process so that you can also make a good decision, right? You could talk to anybody, have those go-to people for questions, the senior nurses and stuff, and they'll let you know what's up. 4, don't show your stress or anxiety to your patients or their family members, right? Like, even though you might be feeling that inside, you don't want to show that to your patients, because they're going to think you're incompetent. They're going to think that something is wrong, right? Things reflect to them, right? If you see a nurse that's all shaking in their boots, you know, you feel like you're not safe. If I was a patient and my nurse was like all over the place, I'd feel a little worried. When you're more confident and stuff, you have that composure, it calms down the patient, it calms down the family members, right? You know, it's not like you're lying to them. You're just trying to stay strong for them. 5, don't take criticism to the heart, right? Everyone is there to support you to grow as a nurse. Everyone has been there. You know, it's not easy, right? Starting off, you're a bedside nurse, right? We actually have it easier nowadays, having a new grad program, having someone like hold our hands for a little bit and stuff until we're ready. 5, don't beat yourself up about everything, right? Everyone makes mistakes. As long as they're not life-threatening to the patient, the patient's not at harm, it's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. The nurses and your peers, they're there to support you. They want to see you grow, right? Don't think that everybody's against you. Take criticism in a positive way. It's constructive, right? Don't take it to the heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, when your shift is done, your shift is done. Like, you're in, you're out. Don't be like thinking about it at night and everything, causing you to have no sleep. Like, don't beat yourself up. It'll come, baby. Just do your thing. So those are my 5 do's and don'ts as a new grad nurse. I hope they're helpful for you. And let me know if there's anything else that you feel that when you were a new grad would be helpful to know, so that everyone will be prepared and everything for the crazy roller coaster that it is. I'm trying to keep up with these videos and stuff. I do enjoy doing these things. Please help support by liking, subscribing, commenting, whatever. Show some love, and I hope y'all stay safe. Late.